Good morning, students. How are you all? I hope all are safe at home. Welcome to today's class. So far, we are going with the story The Snake and the Mirror. Author is Vaikam Muhammad Bashir. Let us continue the story. Right? At my slightest moment, the snake would strike me. Death lurked 4 inches away. Suppose it struck, what was the medicine I had to take? There were no medicines in the room. I was but a poor, foolish, and stupid doctor. I forgot my danger and smiled feebly at myself. It seemed as if God appreciated that. The snake turned its head. It looked into the mirror and saw its reflection. I do not claim that it was the first snake that had ever looked into a mirror. But it was certain that the snake was looking into the mirror. Was it admiring its own beauty? Was it trying to make an important decision about growing a mustache or using eyeshadow and mascara or wearing a vermilion spot on fore, on its forehead? I did not know anything for certain. What sex was the snake? Was it male or female? I will never know, for the snake unwound itself from my arm and slowly slithered into my lap. From there, it crept onto the table and moved towards the mirror. Perhaps it wanted to enjoy its reflection at closer quarters. I was no mere image cut in a granite. I was suddenly a man of flesh and blood. Still holding my breath, I got up from the chair. I quietly went out through the door into the veranda. From there, I leaped into the yard and ran for all I was worth. So, when the snake had fallen on the shoulder of homeopath, he did not make any movement, right? And also the snake was rounded, it coiled around his arm, and as it coiled very tightly, he felt that his arm was paining a lot, and gradually he was losing his strength. And why he did not make any movement? Because he felt that if he make even a slight movement, it may strike. What may strike? The snake may strike. So here strike means nothing but bite. Yes. So as maybe the snake may bite him even with his slightest movement, he could not make any movement. And when the snake's hood and his head was so near, he felt that death lurked for 4 inches away. He felt that what is the distance between hood of snake and his head? Only 4 inches away. So he felt that death is with the distance. Lurked means be about with the distance of 4 inches. And also he felt, though he was physically very he was physically he sat like a statue, but his thinking is going on very actively. So that he was thinking himself, if snake struck, in case if the snake bites, what medicine should I take? He himself talking to him. And also he was thinking that at that time he did not have any medicine in his home. Then having understanding his situation, he himself laughed very feebly, and also he himself said that really I was such a foolish doctor. Being a doctor, I did not have any proper medicine. So he felt very unhappy, and he felt that if any could happen, if anything will happen, what should I do? He himself feeling he became helpless. And by the way, what happened? It seemed as if God appreciated that. So with the grace of God, what happened suddenly? The snake turned its head. The snake turned its head and looked into the mirror. Yes, and when it looked into the mirror, its own image, it was staring to it. It was staring to it. As and also when the snake had looked, when the snake was looking its own image in the mirror, then author is feeling that feeling that maybe that was the first mistake, enjoying its own reflection in the mirror. And also, as author had taken some decision looking into the mirror, right? So here also, that author was thinking that maybe the snake also taking any decision looking into the mirror. What would be the decision that had been taken by snake is maybe it wanted to maintain a mustache like him, and using eyeshadow or a vermilion spot, a bright red color spot on his forehead. So he was thinking like that, maybe the snake also taking any decision looking into the mirror. And here it is, he was not sure, and even he was not sure what gender of the snake, whether it may be male or female. So by the way, when these thoughts are going on in his mind, what happened? The snake unwounded, uncoiled itself and slowly moved, slithered into his lap, and it moved, it crept, mean nothing but it moved towards the mirror. And what happened? Perhaps it wanted to enjoy its reflection at closer quarters. So the snake, what it happened? So it unwounded. It had been uncoiled from his arm, and slowly it slithered towards the mirror. So when the snake started moving towards the mirror, what author thought? Maybe it wanted to enjoy its own beauty with a closer quarters, with a very near. So when the snake had moved towards the mirror, then what homeopath did? Yes, I was no mere image cut in granite. So I was no image cut in granite. So he was no more, the doctor no longer stood there like a statue. Till then he was just like a statue, right? Without any physical movement. So when the snake had moved towards the mirror, he became active and he became man of flesh and blood. That means he became a normal man. And but even though he was a bit he was feeling a bit blessed as the snake has moved towards the mirror, still holding his breath. Slowly, without making any noise, he leaped. He jumped to the veranda and he ran for all I was worth. So here it is what he said. So suddenly, slowly, he jumped out of the chair and he came out of the room and ran as good as he can run. So that as possible as he can run, he started running towards his friend's home. Yes. So dear students, this is all about today's class. So here it is. From this content, you can have some antonyms: left, right, poor, rich, forgot, remember, danger, safe, important, unimportant, male, female. So dear students, this is all about today's class. We'll continue the class in the next class. Thank you.